Hi, Paddy C here and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created a graphic background for a virtual musical instrument using a bit of freeware graphics called Skinman. I then used that inside Halion 6 made by Steinberg to make my own virtual musical instrument. So Skinman, it's a basic bit of software but it does the job. Up the top left we've just got our file. The tree section is similar to layers. Here we've got our canvas or colour box, and then over to the right we've got all our properties and then our toolbar. So it does the job. Let's see how we do it. So the virtual instrument I'm making is based on a Casio MT65 home keyboard, and I wanted to grab some of the colours from the keyboard, so I took a photo, dragged it into Skinman, and it's these blues and reds and oranges that I wanted to grab and put them into these little rectangles along here. Okay, so up on this bit we've got our little eyedropper. Left click, drag it across, and then put it over, let go. We've selected a colour and now we need to put it inside. So we right click over this little box, drag down to register colour and left click, and bingo, there it is. And we now repeat to get all the other colours into our colour box or palette. So before we start, we need to have a think about the design. What's the layout going to be? So I made a few sketches and this is what I wanted. Some frames with sliders, knobs, dials, buttons and that kind of thing. To get started we go to the top right and we've got this little rectangle. Drag down, top left, click and drag, and we create our first frame. Let go of it and go along our colours, and you can see we can change these all the colours we've grabbed from the keyboard picture. Now for it to fit inside Halion 6 we need to size it to 595 by 390 pixels. So up in this top corner we can type in, or we can use the sliders to size it. You could get hold of the edges of the actual frame and drag them, but the slider and the typing is the quickest and most accurate. So once we've got that done, we can position, drag in the middle just with the mouse, but you can also use the sliders or type in numbers if you knew exactly where the position was going to be. Colour, well, I've gone for the creamy white because that's like the keyboard, and so now I just want to make a border so we can see the edge of it. And here we just got to black, change the thickness of the border, and then here we can change the edges, we can round them off, and we can do individual or all four together. So add some interest to it. We've now got the Specular, which is lighting effects. Have a play around just till you get something that you like the look of. And then we want to add some depth, and that's using the Emboss features, which brings our little frame out so it seems to stand out from the base, the background. Not necessarily an exact science, but play around till you get something that you like the look of. We've got some textures, we've got a range of different textures, and I've just gone for sand and then done it very subtle. There we go. And to finish off at the bottom of this section, we've just got a shadow, so we can put a drop shadow again just to emphasize the depth. Now if you've got this far, remember to save your work. So add some more frames. This is what we want to create. So we have one big frame. We can right click, copy, paste, and then resize our copy. And we use the sliders and we can drag it along. And I'm going to change the colour of this to red. Here we go. And this is going to be where I put 3 controls for the tuning. There'll be a knob for octave, semitone and fine tune. So playing around. Now this is just purely by eye. I'm not measuring, I'm not doing it to a grid, I'm literally just playing around with it till it looks about right. And then when I'm happy with that, I need to do a copy of this and make a separate box below. So copy and paste, drag it down, and this needs space for 2 dials. It's got to have down at the bottom right hand corner, that will be a volume control and a pan control. So let's move them around, make some space, copy, drag it down. This wants to be the full length, turn this brown, and this is going to be for the organ effects. Little bit more resizing and shaping, and then we're ready to paste again, and this will be an orange strip along the top where we'll have our effects section. Shrink it down and make a copy, and this will be the middle section, which will be blue, and this will be where I have some sliders for the volume, and right down at the bottom is where we'll select the different sounds. Now I decided that the frames looked a little bit too rounded, so I went back to the emboss and I reduced that just so they were a little bit flatter. Save your work again. Now we're going to add a channel fader. So blue rectangular box, add a border to it, round the edges, and now we're going to go for emboss, but a negative, so it looks as if it's sunk down. When we're happy, make a copy, click the 2 together, copy, and we've got 4. And then we want 1 more, and this is going to make a little channel. We'll make it black, take the rounding off, and this will be a fader channel down in the middle. I'll make another copy, and this is going to be a spacer, so I'll turn it blue. Back to the black, copy, duplicate those 2, and we've got 4. Right, now draw a box around one of those faders, and we drag it across, and you'll notice it disappears behind this brown strip. Now if you know anything about graphics, you'll know about sending things to the back, bringing things to the front. So we click on the brown box, and you can see the item is here in these layers. We drag it all the way up here, and that's what's sending it back behind all the other things. And hey presto, our slider box has appeared. Resize it, change the colour so it matches the brown. There we go. Take this black, and we're going to use that to make another little divider. Save your work again. Here we go with the text in this top T. Start on the orange section. Whatever you type in here will then appear, you can see. So we've got the formant and drift, detune, delay and reverb. And then when we're happy with the positioning, here I've got the different preset sounds: organ, pipe organ, oboe, accordion, strings, horn, flute and cosmic. Now I have speeded this up, so basically it's just typing out in a box copying it, dragging it round, changing the text, change the colour, cut and paste. So it's just using some of the same features and techniques we used before. And this little bit will create our tuning, octave, semitone and fine tune sections. And then when we've done all that, we'll copy it and drag it across to the left hand side to do all our organ effects. Here we go. I'm just finishing off in the top left hand corner. And then when we're done and we're happy with it, we make sure we save our work. Now we need to export the file. So we go to Export Image. In file name, we'll call it Demo Background. And down here, we've got the save type, and it's save as alpha, the .png. So we'll call it demo background.png. And this is a file format that is then ready to put into Halion 6. And if you watch out for my other video, when I get around to it, you'll see how we import it into Halion 6 and put the knob styles and switches to it. Right, hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Take care, bye for now.